Hello. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Hello. I am Dory Jo Stoa with Prairie Scraps, and I apologize for being late. A house a couple doors down from me was on fire, just started up on fire. So I was a little worried we wouldn't even have electricity, and the wind is blowing this direction. So it is very dangerous when fires start up in our neck of the woods. We definitely do not have. Everything is so dry. We don't have the water content that we should. And it's just cold. So remember I was saying I was going to go in and try gluing. Oh my goodness, that heated up my whole entire brush. I'm going to see if this works to get my paint brushes stuck back together. Because I was saying just like yesterday on my live that none of my paint brushes are because of the dryness here. Oh, now I got this one kind of stuck on there, I guess. I don't know. Because of the dryness here, the wood shrinks in them, and then they just it doesn't matter what kind of brush it is, they all fall apart. So I was going to try some hot glue. And so I started that up. I was sitting here just waiting for the change of the hour so I could go live and do our class today for our welcome to our patch with the hoop. So I was sitting here waiting, all ready to go. Everything is ready. And then all of a sudden I heard a commotion outside, walked out, flames above town. So it was huge and very hot and smoky now. Now it smells. So anyway, thank you so much for being patient with me. I apologize. Like I said, I super apologize for being late because I literally was ready. I was ready to go. See if I can get it in this little one. Maybe without burning myself. But anyway, we are just so dry. In fact, the city just told us for fire prevention to keep our lawns mowed. So that tells you how dry it is. That's how dry it is here. All right, last one. Since I got the hot glue gun going, I was sitting here, so I thought, oh, this will take me like 2 minutes to do. And it's not taking long at all. So I just hot glued them back on because that wood, when it dries up, it like, set that over there. When it dries up, it just gets shrinks. So anyway, thank you for waiting around. And if you have not purchased the stuff and need the link for buying the things to make this particular craft project this evening, this is a class, and obviously I'd love for you to be crafting along with me. And as far as I know, I had one person and she couldn't make it tonight. So anyway, we are going to make our welcomes to our patch sign. I don't know if you remember what it looks like. It's at the top of the event. And let me know if you have questions, even afterwards. I'd love to hear what your questions are. And for sure, go ahead and share your version of it. I'm looking now. I spilled honey on my shirt from dinner. I'm a hot mess tonight. It is hot outside. But this is the ring, the hoop sign that we are going to be using. And this is what I put on it earlier this summer. I put the howdy on there with some bandana, cowboy boots. I think it was back in June. We went ahead and did this for our decoration. So we're going to be changing that out. The cool thing about the hoop is that it does come apart. Both of these pieces come off. So you can actually just use one part of it or both parts of it, or one or the other parts of it. The middle part stays by itself. It's just whatever you prefer. And obviously I did not attach this bow other than just tying it on because I didn't want it to be permanent because I want to change it out. So it's kind of cool. You can really change it out to be whatever you want. And I'm just going to go ahead and we are going to tonight copy that strawberry one that I first showed everybody at the beginning. And so this is the other part of it. So you can get the extra hoop pieces, and that's the cool thing about it. So this is the hoop refill is what it's called. And I personally just love anything that you can keep adding new things, you know, just change it out for the season and not have to pack it away. I don't know about you guys, but I don't have time and space to keep packing everything away. So it's nice when you can just go ahead and use it. So we're going to start out the colors that were used in the original, because I'm copying. So it is totally the other we're using this one transfer. It's called Welcome to Our Patch. It's got lots of options. So you don't want to do the strawberries, you don't have to do the strawberries. You can do pumpkins, or I did that oval, beaded oval before with the pine cone and the pine needles, thinking that it was year round, but then I got into it thinking it was just a Christmas one, but it's all what you want to do. But there's an acorn, there's a pumpkin, and we're going to use the strawberry this evening, and as well as there's a heart. You can play Welcome to Our Home, Welcome to Our Patch, either way. And there's also a really neat pattern here down in the bottom, so you can see that. And all of these different icons, is that what you call them, icons? They all have great, really great detail to them. So that's what I'm trying to say, detail. I couldn't come up with the word. So welcome, welcome. It's a Friday night in July, and even if you haven't had a chance to watch this tonight or get the supplies in time, I don't know about you guys, but I'm having weird things happening with shipping right now. I heard that there's some issues with shipping. Like everything is shut down. I know my husband's uncle was supposed to fly out today for here, and his flight just got canceled, and he can't even get online and try to figure anything out. So he's driving here from Wisconsin. So that'll be exciting to see him soon, him and his wife. And so I'm going to start out first with doing a coat of black on the bottom half. And it's not going to end up being black. If you remember that original one, you know, go back and look at it if you don't. But I always start out with my brushes a little bit wet, and I usually get them wet right in the lid, so I can use up any of those goober, you know, any of the things that are sitting in the lid. And then we're just gonna, I just think when you get it wet, it gets it a little bit more workable. And I won't lie, when I do painting, like house painting too, I like my brush to be a little bit more pliable, like when it's wet. It's just much easier to do when it's that way. So we're just gonna, this is black velvet I'm using here, and we're just putting a coat. This is an undercoat, so don't panic, but you could definitely do any colors you wanted. You could do any pattern, you could use any. We're going to use the same one strawberry icon over and over and over on this one, on this bottom half, to make a pattern. So that's what we're shooting for. It's doing those strawberries. But I first want to get my first coat on here so that we can go ahead and get the next. There's going to be a few coats on this, so that is going to be our first chore of the night. Always when you're painting, try to paint with the grain of the wood. So in this case, it's going across this way. The reason for that is you just want it to go glide on nice and easy. I'm going to put a little bit more water in here and see if I can't get that end. I don't know why it's... These are wood base, which is nice. And you can use them natural wood. You don't have to paint them or do any sort of technique. That's what is really kind of neat. But if you wanted, like this one, you could do like the pine cones and pine needles for Christmas. You could do the berries for summer, and you could do the pumpkins and leaves for the fall. And you've got almost all of the holidays. So that would be 3 different holidays. You could get 3 different sets of this and go to town with it. The other thing you could do is our rustic round came back in today, I think. There are a bunch of surfaces that came. Surprise! If you got a text from me or a message, there was, or an email from the company, there was a release of some new surfaces. So, but I think the rustic round came out. I didn't even look. I was like so busy buying the new ones because there's shiplap and acrylic, which I was really excited about. I could still see some of the wood grain here, and I don't know that this needs to be absolutely perfect either, because we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna do some extra here. All right. Hey Amber, good to see you. It's good to see you in person. Glad you're indoors. I hope you have air conditioning, can stay away from the fireness. That was pretty exciting. Got me thrown off a little bit. Gonna get me some coffee after that. Okay, so we want this to dry before we go on to the next. See, those are the latches that hold it onto the hoop. I'm gonna keep thinking wreath or ring. I don't know. I'm gonna struggle with that. Okay, so this one we want to do in a pink color, and there's a brand new pink. Oh, I had the written down, but the one on the picture was they used Peachy Keen on that. One of our upline ladies used that. But I am going to use, this is Dear Diary. This was a beautiful kind of pink color. And so I'm going to use this on here. Maybe I'll use this. Oh my gosh, I got that on there kind of crooked. And now I can feel, now that it's dried, it's not really, ooh, that is stiff. Definitely need some water on this one. My brushes must have some paint in it. Next Friday, I'm going to be offering an embroidery class. So if you'd like to join for that, let me know if you need any of the materials for this project or the next one. And also let me know if there's a class you want me to offer, because I'm going to be trying to do this twice a month, offering a class just to relax and have a good time. And the other thing too, bingo, right? Somebody was just asking me, when are we doing bingo again? Actually, I think it was the lady that I would think it was Karen that that won the bingo and still hasn't used her bingo credit. So I don't want to do another bingo until she uses her credit. So if you see Karen on here asking for bingo, make sure she knows she has to order. So I don't want to be like, a whole bunch of money down. But I also was doing some digging. I did a little bit of cleaning. I was forced to clean to find, because I knew I had a set of these. I thought if I had to, I could go ahead and use the one that I already have and sand it down or get it off, but I didn't want to take it apart. I love that Howdy one. It looks so cute. But I thought if I had to, I could do that, but I didn't want to. Okay, we are just getting good coverage here. Like I said, this was a color of the month. This month, if you are a purple lover, raise your hand, because that is the color of the month this month, and it's going to go away. It is while supplies last. So sometimes, usually by the time I mention it, it's like going away, I guess. I am not a purple. I don't even know. I guess I ordered today, and I was in such a rush to get, all the new surfaces. I got one of each of the new surfaces, and then was trying to get some of the other ones that I missed, hadn't gotten yet from the last launch. And if you're wanting the cotton jar one, it's out. The pumpkin, I don't know, was it called the pumpkin patch? That one is out too. So anyway. All right, here we go. I think that's a good coverage. I don't know. That looks really pretty. I like it. So Peachy Keen was the color that was used on it, but that's too peachy for me. It looks pink in the picture, so who knows. But this is Dear Diary. The other one is, there's a princess something pink. Some pink color just came out this month, and I was thinking that would be the perfect one to use. Okay, so we got to get this one out of here. This one I'm going to let dry for a hot minute. That's going to be another dime another dollar here. And we're going to get this one dried up since there's a little bit of wet spots. Our chalks, they're water-based, and it will dry pretty quickly. Like you saw, it was only kind of the streakiness that was there. I just want to be sure it's good and dry here before I do the next thing. Let's get this paintbrush out of here. Next Friday night, I'll be doing another class on the embroidery. You're welcome to join me for that. And if you want to craft along, that will be good. I might, because I've been videoing each of the stitches for the embroidery projects. And so I might do separate videos and just post them, because I want to be sure you get the details for each one. And then you can go into the video and watch each video and the how-to. Okay, so I am going to do a crackle effect, and I went on, I noticed that our Dixie Belle crackle was not available anymore for now. I'm sure they're going to restock it. I'm sure it just went fast. So we're going to use the old-fashioned glue method, and I had this open like 10 minutes ago, and I don't know what I did. I glued it shut, I guess. I happen to have, you can make your own Mod Podge, and that's basically what I did. I happen to have some made up in a jar here, and I don't know if this is going to work, so this may not work. I'm just telling you. Pre-warning. Mine's a little, mushy. All you have to do is take school glue and 50% water, but I've had this sitting here for a while. It's been heated, it's been cooled, so who knows? You want to put it on your surface. That's the way to make it yourself. I highly recommend using the Crackle product from Dixie Belle, because it's going to have all the directions and everything, but it was currently out. And I thought I've been doing my own Crackle surfaces and not needing it, so I didn't purchase it, and then now it's out. So there's that. But I'm just going to get full coverage here. I'm going to let it sit for I'm not going to let it dry completely. We're going to just see if we can do this. And it may not turn out, so that will be another testament to why you should buy the Crackle medium. I bought the other two kinds of things that they had for Dixie Belle. One was the gator hide, which is a waterproofing, so you can put that on top of this after you're finished, and that would really seal up. I'm going to dry this a little bit here in the center. That would really seal up your piece, so you can put it on the front door and it's not going to get wet. I got to be careful. I got the air conditioner running. It feels like it's 100 out there, but like when I was out there at the middle of the day, I'm like, it's only 88 degrees out. And my daughter had come back from soccer camp, and she said, oh, it's got to be hotter than that. So then we asked, Alexa, and she said it was 86. So we were pretty close. All right, so that's just what the glue looks like. It's nothing fancy. You can see it's still wet, and we want it to be wet. I'm a little concerned about this really white area here. Hello, Teresa. Good to see you. Did you see, like, everything is shut down today? I don't know what's going on. The planes are shut down. Apparently the postal service, we couldn't track that package. So I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. We've been watching. My husband went online to try to see what the status was, and it seems that their site is down. Some of the banks are down. There's like some big hack or something. I don't know. What is this world coming to? I don't know how people have time for all that kind of stuff. All right, I think I'm going to go with that. It is still wet, but there are spots where it's dry too. And what I'm going to do is I am going to try to make this crackle paint. I'm going to use our new vanilla, and this is a beautiful color, vanilla. And hopefully we can get the crackle effect. I don't know. Weird things happen sometimes. Let's see if I got maybe a better brush here. Maybe I should have, we're out of the glued on. all my brushes are falling apart because it's so dry here. When it's dry like this, I need more vanilla. I should have ordered that. When it's dry, like all the wood seems like it shrinks, and then it just all my wood furniture starts falling apart. All right, so I'm just putting a thick coat right over the wetness. So I got a little around the edge here, so I might have to go on the edge and paint the edge real good, but I'm just gonna put this on. And I do remember, it's been a while since I've done the crackle. I love this vanilla because it's not so bright. I love doing the black underneath and then the white on top, but I found that our bright white is too bright. I'm just trying to put this on here, and I'm gonna hit this bottom edge. I've got a little bit of, there you go, you can see it now, I think. I'm gonna hit it because I do have, you can see the black down below, and this is not gonna be crackled at all, but it's gonna clean up my vanilla mess. My vanilla mess. So, and I can always come back with you call it, sandpaper, and sand it off if I don't like it, or rough it up a little bit or whatever. All right, so hopefully this is gonna start. Maybe I should do the top edge too. We'll see. Oops. Hopefully this will start crackling as it dries, and I'm gonna take a heat tool to it here. Not a heat tool, but the drying tool to it. Quick. All right. I don't want that to look like I put my finger in it. All right, I'm gonna shut this so it doesn't dry up. That is the vanilla. I love it. This is the new white. This vanilla is. I'm not gonna lie, it's the new white. You must get it. Hi, Tiffany and Catherine. Good to see you. I hope you're feeling okay. I'm sorry you're down and out a little bit, Catherine. Oh, thank you. I was late coming on because we had a house fire, like, I'm not kidding, about a half a block away, and the wind is blowing this direction. So I was like, oh my goodness, I don't even know if I'll have electricity, let alone internet. Fires are serious things here. They're very serious things here. There's a lot of things on fire right now. Maybe I should turn off my air conditioner. Oh, it's going, you guys. It's going. I don't know if you could see that. Just off to the side. Can you see it? It's starting to crackle. We did it. I maybe mixed up the edge there, but it's okay. It's gonna do it. Yay. So you don't want to rub when you're doing the crackle with either the crackle medium or the homemade stuff. Yes, I think so. I think I heard it's an empty trailer, but it's like right on the edge of the trailer court, so things were going up fast. One of the trees went, and then it started going on the neighbor's. It was going across the lawn towards the neighbor's house. So you don't want to wipe like multiple ways or times over when you're doing the crackle, unlike what I'm doing right now, because I see an edge like where I stuck my finger, and I just want it to look nice and smooth. Yes, I think everybody, there was nobody, I think it was an empty house. That's what we were hearing. Small town, everybody kind of knows everybody else's business. So, but you should have seen, like, as soon as it lit up, like, people were, because we live right on the corner, and from where, right down from it, and so people are coming around. Finally, thankfully, the construction crews had left some big barrel things, and so one of the neighbors, like, blocked off the street to the fire so that people would stop driving. It's like a gaper's block here. We hardly ever have sirens. Oh, yeah, I'll show you again. Of course. Let me show you how that is right now. I don't know if you can see that, but can you see how it's crackling and showing the black through? Show you there. It's kind of showing through. That's exactly what we wanted. And we're going to be covering this. So, you know, it's all relative. I want to get this one dry too. Double duty. So yeah, it's kind of funny. We're a small town. It's like everybody knows everybody else's business. They're like, oh, nobody's there. It's been empty. Yada yada. But I was like calling all the neighbors. Are you out? Do you know you're out? I felt bad because the one neighbor, she's like down doing grocery shopping. And so her daughter and her husband weren't answering their phones because they weren't able to. The phones were out. Because everybody's calling. I think that's looking good. What do you guys think? Got a little bit of texture there where I re-rubbed. Okay, let me show you. Like down here, this is where I rubbed back and forth, and it's not as good. Hello, Rhonda. It's not as good. This down here, this you could see more black there. Doesn't look as good as the rest of it. That's what that looks like. Let's see if I can get this camera to pick it up. There's the bad part right on the corner there, right here. But it's bad is not, you know, it's all relative. Bad is not bad. If that makes sense. All right, I'm going to shove that aside and we're going to start with the middle part. And I better make sure I have it correct here. Because we don't want to do the upside down way. Which way do I do? Okay. Is that right? So this is the hoop. It's got two little knobs on there. I'm going to take off the bow so it stops bothering me. Maybe I'll take off the bow. Who knows? Oh, there it goes. Okay. So there's... That was not good. I think I just broke mine. It's all right. It's all right. Whew, that was close. I kind of like bent it the wrong direction. Okay, so this hoop, this one goes on. I'll do this backwards here maybe. It goes on, kind of hooks on there. They do hook in there nicely, like that. Okay, so it's tight in there. And then this piece comes in here, and I need to figure out which way does it go. Maybe that's not it. I think I have the other one upside down, to be honest. There we go. Slide it down. There it is. Okay, so there we have two pieces. I'm just trying to figure out which is the top. So this part right here is the top. All right. You don't want to put welcome on upside down. Try it out a little before you, and be careful because I like just about got it broken because I pulled it off without sliding it up. It's got those little keyhole slides on it so that it stays. So when you have it on your door, it's not going to bump off. But, you know, I'm having operator issues here. There we go. Operator issues. Okay, going to set that aside, and we're going to... How did we just... I just forgot, you guys. Why? No, I know. This is the way. So keyhole with the circle on the bottom is how I'm going to do it. Okay. So first I'm going to do, because this is wood and I've only put a little bit of chalk paste on here to paint it pink, I'm going to wax. Wood, wax, they both start with W, so always seal anything that is porous before you get going. So just a little bit of wax on here. This is going to maybe bring out some of the grains too. You can kind of see the wood grain a little bit better. It's also a sealant, so it really does help the surface a little bit. All right, there we go. All right, so we are going to come back to our black, and we're going to do that welcome transfer. So this welcome part, we're not doing to our home, we're going to do to our patch. So first I'm going to, and we're not doing the leaf. So we're just going to place this on here and only do the welcome. But I need to line it up as if I was doing to our home. because I'm going to put Tour Patch on there. And we're going to put a strawberry on there instead of the... if this was the first time you're using your transfer, this transfer really does have so many different uses that you can use it for. I'm telling you, this is a very versatile transfer. We're just going to do the letters. So the me part, I'm just using a little squeegee here for this. If you were in your house, you could just wash the squeegee in between to use different colors, or if you have multiples, that works too. I just keep a stack of them and then I wash them all up. Just plain water at the end. Same with your transfers, just plain water. And I like to use the board erasers on them to clean them up too. So, all right, we got that. And I'm going to peel to reveal because I don't want it to dry too much. Hopefully we turned out. That looks good. Doesn't that look cute? That looks good. All right, we're going to go on to the whelk. And no leaf and no to our home because we're going to use the to our patch portion on this. And meanwhile, our crackle is still kind of drying and cracking a little bit. It'll be good and dry. I'll probably put a coating of wax on it too before we start the next step with all of our strawberries. We're going to put random strawberries everywhere on it, but I want to do this part first. Okay. I shouldn't have gone over that M again, but it'll be okay. All right. Little goober on my L, but it's okay. It's good. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Ooh, don't smear. Wah! That was not smart. All right, so here we are. We are 30 minutes in. We've got the two surfaces already painted. You know, three coats on the bottom portion. We've got one coat on this plus the whelk and me on here. And now we're going to be moving on to the next step. I think we'll do the to our patch next. But I'm going to make sure I don't have any black paste on my fingers so we don't make any fingerprints. Let me show you that. Isn't that cute? So good. So that L has a little bubble that kind of happened. It's okay. I'm going to leave it. You could go back and paint over it if you wanted. I'm totally going to leave it. I'm good with it. It's not bothering me. You guys know I'm a perfectionist too, so sometimes because this is wood, it does, like the paste, even with the wax and everything on it to prevent it, sometimes it does still kind of bleed a little bit. So that's okay. That's why you want to wax, to try to prevent that, but it's not ever perfect, right? We're never perfect. Nothing beautiful is ever perfect. Right, I do see a little smudge of black over here, so I'm going to try to go with the grain and just wipe it off. And that probably is just coming off purely because I waxed it. I did get a little pink off on it too, so there we go. I got that little smudge off. Easy peasy, and it'll dry. All right, next we will do to our patch. This one I have not used, so I'm going to get this one cut apart. They come with the little lines to cut them apart. You could even cut the backing with it, so you have kind of like all kinds of different pieces if you wanted to store them a different way. But I like to keep them together because then I got my scissors stuck on there. Then we I got my finger, my hand. Oops, I don't want the heart. I like to keep them together because then I know if I'm missing a piece, because that happens on occasion. I used to always cut I don't know, when we first started doing chalk years ago, everybody said, you know, you cut them apart like puzzle, you know, the whole backing and everything. Now I only do that for my lettering so that I file them away by ABCs in my a little file box. And I am just going ahead and fuzzing this really good so that it doesn't stick too hard to my surface. it'll still be sticky. And once you wash it, it'll go right back to normal. And then I'm going to fold this, not on itself. Don't put sticky sides, the non-sticky sides together, the front sides together, just to find that middle part. That'll just be my little marking. And so we're gonna, I don't even know where the middle of the, that'll just help me a little bit to eyeball it. You could measure, and maybe I should. Sometimes when I say that, I think, that was a sign, Dory. That was a sign. Go ahead and measure. Okay, 3 1/4, 3 1/4. Maybe a tish to the side, the left. Okay, and I'm going to put that down really nice and good. Welcome to our patch. And I'm not pushing on the welcome part with it. We're going to go back to our vanilla. I was going to say white, but it's vanilla. And just do this really quickly. Get all the white areas covered. If you can butter toast, you can do this. This is so easy. This project is maybe a little on the more advanced side, but it's still totally doable by anybody. If you're worried about it not turning out on the wood exactly right, you could try it on the oval beaded surface, because that's a reusable surface and that will totally erase. And I did that earlier this week actually, so you can go back and watch that if you'd like. Okay, let's see how we turned out on this. Take it nice and slow from the center, not at an angle, because that stretches the fabric in the wrong direction against the grain. There we go. Cute. Love it. Love, love, love. Okay. Next to the complicated part, we're going to do strawberries. And we're just going to see how we do. So, you know, under 40 minutes, we've got almost the welcome to our patch. And then we're going to do strawberries on the other part. And we're getting close to done. And you could do it as, you could leave this the wood color. You wouldn't have to do the painting at all on this. Or whatever, you know, like this is your own project. This is where the creativity comes from. You can just create as whatever you want, as hard or as easy as you want. Maybe some of you would, you know, add bows and do all kinds of fancy dancy things. I'm just kind of showing you straightforward. This is how we get to the end of this project, the one I showed you. And then this one, we need to go ahead and fuzz that strawberry up a little bit. I want to go too far with the strawberry though, because I'm going to use it over and over and hopefully not need to wash it. So we're going to put this strawberry right here as the O. And this is the great thing. You can see through these transfers and see where it goes. Probably should have dried this to our patch. It's pretty close to dry, so. Okay. Put that down. All right, we are going to use cherry and we are going to use pesto for the strawberries. And you could mix in that pink color too to make a little variegated, or you could mix in the vanilla for the strawberry, but I might just, I don't know what I'm going to do. All right, let's see how my cherry was on the floor. I found it on the floor, so it's a little on the dry side. It looks like I put some water in here. If you're getting to the bottom of your barrel on your paste, ooh, that's not good. That is not good, you guys. That is a mess. Well, I'm glad you're here. You can see the mess and see if we can get it cleaned up. There are no accidents, right? In crafting. Oh, it even went underneath because I didn't have that down. Even went underneath. So I'm going to, and red is, I'm not going to lie to you, red is a strong pigment in it, so it will stain. So don't be surprised if your red causes you problems. But it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I'm just using this like a paintbrush to get the red on there. And then, there we go. Whew, this is also very dry. I'm going to use a different one, different tool here to get into that pesto and try to get, pesto and try to get the greens on there really quickly because we don't want it to dry out. And I'm just, this one doesn't bend very much, so it's kind of going back and forth. It's not maybe the best way to go, but, and I see a little, I can tell you that my biggest messes are always with red. I don't know. I have a bad rapport with red. I always make the biggest, I mix them together. I always, when I do two colors on one thing, I always think, oh, I should have done the red last. I should have done the green first. I always have all kinds of regrets with red. I'm not going to lie. So I was watching, we had some training with Chalk, another designer, and she's very artsy and she does these gorgeous, projects. Gorgeous. And she was just like mixing her paste, and I almost had a heart attack. I was like, what? Just mixing them up. All right, there she is. Not too bad for our little scare there. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. Let me hold this up so you can see it now. Sorry about that. Kind of doing it upside down. But isn't that the cutest? This alone, so cute. If you found some strawberry ribbon, you could just put this on there and on that hoop, and it would be so cute, wouldn't it? That strawberry. Let me show you that strawberry. It doesn't look too bad on that M either. I didn't do too bad, right? All right, I'm going to set this over here to dry, and then we're going to start working on this. Let me show you this again, how that crackled. Does that look cute? So cute. I'm excited about that. It worked. Crackle medium. I tell you what, that is the way to do it. The way we did it on there. I'm going to see a little goober. There's always goobers when you... All right, we are going to try to do kind of a mix mash of strawberries here. So I'm just going to put this down. Of course, I've gotten red everywhere because I do. That's what I do, right? Get into the green first. I'm going to try green first. You guys, hopefully we can get this a little less red in the greens, but it's okay. Gets a little mixed in. It's totally okay. It kind of gives it the artistic look. But like I said, I saw that other designer mixing her colors together, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's like mixing all her colors in the dishes, and I was like, in her jars. She's like, oh, a little more, it won't hurt it. And I'm like, yes, it will. I was like freaking out. She's like, you won't even see it. And I was like, holy cow, I am not that brave. I am just not that brave. But now I think of that every time I accidentally get a little bit in, I'm like, okay, I don't have to have such a heart attack about it because it really doesn't matter. Okay, let's see if we can get off that green. Cute. And our little strawberry. All right. Get over there. That's pretty good. You see it? It's not a perfect strawberry, but it's not bad. You definitely know what it is. I'm going to put one going this way right here. Okay, let's get in here. Mine's a little, my pesto's a little on the dry side, and this might might start causing me problems. So I want to get it more wet than not, but it is goobering up. I'm going to use trying to mix it up here before I go on. It's just sometimes when you get down towards the bottom, they kind of dry up from the air in the jar, and that's okay. If you're doing this project with, I probably gave you the link for singles packets. Those work nice too. Just put them in on a paper plate, or I like to put it kind of right on. All right, I'm going to peel this because I'm a little worried about the peeling. Come off, come off. I don't want, oops. That strawberry did not turn, oh, it's because it's not, I didn't do it. Just the greens. So it's kind of smeary, so I'm going to have to, this next time, what I'll do is I'll wash before I do the next coat. All right, so here we go with the red. Hopefully this turns out a little bit better. I'll probably wipe this off a little bit. Wipe it off before the next application because I want to do this all over the bottom. So a little bit of patience. If you had a sink, you could wipe it off, wash it off that way. And again, I'm going to do a little mix up here. I want this to incorporate. Oops. You can really just put some distilled water in there overnight and it will soak it up like no other, and then come in and push all the crackles, and you should clean up your jars every once in a while anyway. So this is good practice to do here. I just use mine so much. It's like I can clean it up and then, all right, let's get this off. Hopefully this strawberry turned out just perfect. Nice. Kind of like it. Kind of like it. Okay. I'm going to stick this actually aside over here. And I'm going to lay this down, put this on top of it. And we're going to use another wipe to wipe it. I've learned you could do this on the backing too, but I've learned that it just works out better to put it on another wipe so that it just sort of wipes off onto that wipe on the back side. We definitely got some goobery red. And we've got some of the pickup of the vanilla underneath. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I was going to wax before we went on to the steps. So if you're concerned about it peeling up, like you can see right next to this little this last strawberry I did, the upside down one, it peeled up a little section. If that bothers you, waxing is going to be your thing. All right, I think this is going to be good. It's not perfectly cleaned off, but it's mostly cleaned off, so it will totally work for us. And so when you take this to the sink, it's not going to get, totally clean because that red is going to stain. The red is definitely going to stain it. It's got strong pigments, so it's going to make the stain. But as long as you get it cleaned out of the screen, that's what your goal is. Okay, we're trying to get some water incorporated in both of these. Ugh. Maybe should have used my cherry and my sage. They're just in better shape. But they're good to the last drop. So I will milk this for all I can here to get these going. Because we want those. And I'm a messy crafter. Raise your hand if you are a messy crafter. Oh, I'm so messy. I think I just put paste on my face. I actually think what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of pause here and do a little bit of wax on this surface, just to, because it is doing a little peeling, and I don't want to peel it all my nice work off here. So I just put a little wax on my cloth, and I'm going to go a little bit around these and make sure that we don't lift our little crackle paint on here anymore. Although it's not going to harm it, right? All right. Don't want it so much too that it doesn't go on there. That would be bad. Put some on the edges. All right. Definitely got some wax on there. Our surface wax has no smell to it. It's really nice. I love it. Okay, here we go. We're back at it. I'm gonna, woo, look at all that red. I got everything red. Get that off of there. Like I said, that red can be a little on the dangerous side because it does have strong pigment. Okay, I am going to, before I get too far here, I'm going to wipe my hands off. As you can see, my hands are pretty dirty. Oh, you know, I use my paste on a regular basis. And so, yes, in the fact that I definitely maintain them as I'm using them. But I also have a pile of them that I really need some help. And so, yes and no, maybe is the answer. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of a strawberry right here. Just a little bit on the edge. This is one of those projects where I'm trying to be random again, right? I'm not great at random. If you're great at random, all the more power to you, but I'm not great at it. That wasn't too bad. I did get a little bit of the leaf done in red, but I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit right here so it looks natural like we did it. Try to get it down. Again, we're getting into the red. There we go. Cute. Might try to take this little bit. I did a little bit of the leaf on here. Stick that there. Let me show you. All right. See, I did a little bit of the leaf there. Whoops. There we go. Stay with me. There's just a little teeny tiny bit of the leaf. I'm going to try to wipe it off. Wish me luck. It's working. And then it's smeared. There it is. Got it. Easy peasy. Okay. Let's do a little right here. Get the greens, we'll get the reds. As long as I got red in my hand, I'm going to do the red portion here. This does take a little bit of patience. If you haven't watched me very much, I do have carpal tunnel pretty well. But so sometimes it's mind over matter, not manner. As far as just trying to do the best I can. And you know what? If it doesn't turn out perfect, it's okay. But yeah, I hope I answered your question as far as maintaining my paints. I'm not great at it. Sometimes this is the thing. Even if it gets so dry, you can totally add water to it and let it sit and it will reconstitute. So the truth is, I don't ever throw anything out because I am a true believer. It's going to come back. I got to use every last bit. Right? That is my mantra. Oh my goodness. So my daughter, you know, she's princessing this year for our local county fair, and she's writing her speech. I don't know why mantra came up, but it did in my mind. We were trying to get good words and stuff. She's trying to write her speech. It's hard to write a speech when isn't that cute? Just a little bit here and there. It hasn't been the easiest, I guess you would say, the easiest year. It's actually been a lot on the hard side. I will be honest about that. And it's definitely not anything you would expect it to be. And she's had to make some decisions to just enjoy herself regardless of all the other stuff. So that's been kind of what she's been trying. So she's trying to write that she has to write a going away speech that has to be done at the fair. So I'll have to let you know how that goes. Maybe I'll record it and post it. I don't know. I'm always afraid to do those things because what if you don't want your kids to bomb on TV? It's okay if I do, but it's not okay if my kid does. I can make all the mistakes for you guys and I don't mind, but I don't want my kids to fail. Nobody does, right? And so anyway, and she's been, prior to this season, she's been sensitive about putting things on Facebook anyway, so I don't know if I'll actually post it. Okay, that looks pretty good. There it is. Isn't that cute? This is upside down now. I'm just trying to get it filled in. I'm not really good at random, and I'm going to be honest, I printed this off, and I'm copying that way. Okay, I'm going to get one more right here. Oops. Get it. It's tricky to get it stuck down without smearing more. Smearing it. Okay. Got red. It's probably not my best decisions to do the red first. It's going a little bit better since I got that red in there. I don't know. Maybe I spoke too soon. Since I got the water into the red, it's going a lot better. All right, into my green. It is softening up and kind of working better for me. I was really kind of scared. That light scared me to have the fire so close. I'm not going to lie. All I could think was the wind is blowing directly here and what happens, and I don't know. Is that morbid? Is that really morbid to think about? Like, what do you do? You're supposed to have like look at my red fingers. Speaking of pigment, I'm going to have red fingers forever. You're supposed to have like an evacuation plan, right? There we go. Kind of just looks old in the places. All right, let me show you this. So far, I think I'm going to put one more up there on the top. Isn't that cute? I'll put it this way so you can see the whole thing. So cute. Even the ones that are absolutely perfect, it's still totally okay, right? This is, I don't know, what are we up to? 4. It's a 4 wipe night so far. If anybody's counting. Okay, one last one here. I'm just going to put one right up here so that I find randomness, like trying to, a contrived randomness like this, it is really hard to figure out how to do random. I'm not very good at it. I overthink it. Maybe you're better at it. Tell me if you're good at randomness. I'm not. I'm also a very planned person, so I like everything to be planned out, and I like to know what's happening, know what's coming. As far as maintenance go, I probably do not do a whole lot of pulling off the sides and cleaning up the sides very well. That would be the one thing I do not do very much. I just try to get to the point of using it up so I can throw away. But I hardly ever throw away like any, I try to just, before shutting it, like even after I get off a video, I'll kind of just put everything together in one spot, especially in these ones that are almost empty, and try to just get some water in there and then shut it up, and that'll be it. That'll be my maintenance. Can move fast and be, I know, so scary. And like I'm literally, one of the trees just went whoosh. It's so dry right now. It's so dry here that it's a little on the scary side. I'm not gonna lie, a lot on the scary side. And so I was thinking, I can't go live right now because, oops, did I do that? I can't go live because what if the girls need me? What if something happens, right? I would hate to like run off camera. because it went wild. But thankfully they got it really fast. I think I'm going to redo this because it didn't really take very well. It looks pink. One of the really good things is like people here, because we're used to wildfires being in our midst, they act fast. They are very astute and know what to do, and everybody helps everybody. So that is the cool thing about it. When we have wildfires, you really see people helping. Like down in Lewiston, or Kendrick area, there's some fires right now. They've been struggling all week to get them under containment. I think they're getting them contained. They're still burning. They were burning farmland, and farm animals were being taken out and stuff. Okay, there it is. So that last one didn't turn out wonderfully, but I think it's fine. I think it's good. We're going to go with it. All right. I was just going to try to mix this up a little bit, get some of those sides down, get some of that incorporated, get some water in here. And so, like, I know our community, we're like, I don't know, about an hour, 15 hour or so away from the community that's been on fire. And they've taken all of their Kendricks animals, their horses and cattle and stuff, are being taken to the rodeo grounds in Lewiston. And then I know that our community is sending down hay for all the animals. Cougar Creek, I think so. Or was it Butcher Creek? It might be. I'm really bad. Yeah, so thankfully my daughter-in-law's family does not have animals, but they did lose some crops, and they did get some of their crops out to prevent it on their family farm. So I think that was a good thing. Okay, what is that? A little goober red. Okay, we are doing really good here, I think. We are about an hour in. I've been doing some talking and some cleaning, so I appreciate you sticking with me. Yeah, so anyway, that's our community always comes forward. I know a few years ago when another one of our local communities in our county, well, right outside our county, were on fire, all the fires, my husband spent the weekends and evenings going down and helping gather up cattle as much as they could away from the fires and try to get them out, put them on trailers and transport them out. So that's always try to save the animals' lives. All right, so that part is done, and I think that looks fabulous. And this part, I think we're gonna maybe put it on and see how evaluate, because I think we're gonna do a little bit of. Let's see if I can do this while talking. Probably not, right? Oh, that moved. I'm dangerous. I can't get it on at all while talking. Hopefully what am I doing there? I think I'm gonna do a little bit of stain. Oh, I bent that when I was working on it. I bent my little hooks. So be cautious. Maybe put it on a towel so it doesn't bend. They are screwed on, so you could move them if you needed to. Okay, we got it. That was hard work. And hopefully I did this right. I don't know. I'm going to do a little bit of staining on this just to make it look old. I can never keep up on the names of the fires. I tell you that. My husband says, oh, it's over by, like he'll say, is that Cougar Creek? I don't know. All right. There we go. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. So you could leave it just like this and it's totally going to be cute. You could put a bow on it. You could put, some burlap on it. You could put some florals on it, or even like strawberry picks. Wouldn't that be cute? But let's be a little extra tonight. We like extra, right? And I think I'm going to use a little Dixie Belle, not tobacco. I think Oh no, Up in Smoke is more black. So I want the tobacco. It's called Tobacco Road, and it is a gel stain. And I actually think I'm going to use a white to do it, because I just want it to look a little antique-y around the edges. I don't want it to be on the whole thing. I just want it to look. Two big fires, one destroyed a large amount of homes near. Yeah. So you want to mix this up really good before you use it. And I am hoping that I've never opened this, so this is my first time. Oh, it's just like a squirt bottle. That's good. I need squirt bottles. So I'm just going to put a little bit in here and see how it goes. This is wet. Oh, that's not going to work. I'm wondering if it... Oh, there's a seal on it. Warning, there's a seal, but it is kind of like a ketchup bottle where you open it up and it'll squirt. So I kind of appreciate that. Every time you use it, you should mix it up. I do remember that. Okay, maybe I'm afraid this is going to be too wet. I'm going to amend my process here. I'm going to put a little bit into this right here. This is a stain, but it's water-based stain. Water-based gel stain. So it's not going to be harmful to your brushes or anything like that. So you can use it on your brushes. Let's get this out of here. It's out of my way. I don't get red on everything. Don't want this to break. We want to use that again, along with our little lasso, I don't know. And I'm just going to get this on here and do, I should maybe read this. I've never used this. Shake before use, apply with a lint-free cloth, paintbrush, or applicator pad. Apply stain and wipe excess products. Start out with a small amount. Reapply depending on shade you would like. So again, like when I was making my purchase on this, I was like, and I'm going to try to cover that spot where I kind of wiped off. And I was trying to decide, oh, I've been wanting kind of a darker, more black stain or whatever. I'm just going around the outside edges. I don't know what it's going to do here. I'll leave it sit a hot minute here. And then I'm going to use some paper towel. Oops, that's a wax one. Oops, not great tear. Okay. And I don't want it to have like all these brushing edges. So I'm going to try to wipe it in a little bit. Oops, that got the black. That picked up my lettering a little bit. Because it is water-based. It's gonna reactivate. I don't know. What do you think? Kind of good with it. This looks like I used gold wax on it, but I don't think I did. I like that this is water-based. If you've ever used like stains, they smell. I don't know. I'm going to try it and see. They really smell. And we could also use a little bit of, if there's a spot you don't like it, because it's water-based, you can totally wipe it down, clean it up. I don't like this black paste smearing here. Definitely don't need very much. Just want to make it look less like a... Oh, and cover my red parts here, right? Cover my red parts. This is not a wonderful brush, I'm not going to lie. And you do want to put stains on, like, in the direction of your wood so it doesn't look weird. I don't know. I'm just making this up as we go tonight. Those fires last, yeah. The gray fire and the other one was the Oregon fire. Yeah, for sure. It's always sad. I'm sad even if it doesn't like get any sort of property or anything, because I don't like to see the forest go, right? Although it's supposed to help the forest, right? All right. I don't know if I did this right or wrong. Who knows? Maybe I should have. I'm looking at, maybe it was the black would have been better because I did black on the crackle part, but I think it's not too bad. Not too bad. What do you guys think? I kind of like it. I don't feel like it needs anything more. I'm not going to go more, but you certainly could. Like I said, if you had a really cute red and white gingham, that would be a really cute. But this, so cute to put on your door. A little over an hour. All my talking, all my tomfoolery. That's what it took. But I thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you have any questions about any of the materials we used or about upcoming classes, I thank you for joining me. It's so much fun to just have a little relaxing craft therapy tonight. I hope you have a very blessed evening and be sure to keep on crafting.